Hello, I'm Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
And this is Lab Rats, your favorite technology show that demystifies all those gadgets and technology terms that's really difficult. And every year, Sean and I and a big crew of folks go down to the Consumer Electronics Show. And so we have a short episode today. In fact, only a few minutes to talk about our favorite predictions of this year because we're going to the show shortly.
Ah, good. I was thinking to myself, you know, we've got to get ready to go to CES. In fact, we should be on a plane right now.
In fact,
as you're
watching
this episode,
we probably are actually in the air. So
yes.
There you go. So this week, this first week of 2011, we'll be down in Las Vegas. It's where it's the world's largest consumer. Actually, it's not. It's the U.S.'s largest consumer electronics show. There's actually one in Germany that's bigger, but it's one where you're going to hear all the news around the latest technology, and all the technology you're going to buy in 2011 will be shown off and sold from the makers to the vendors at the show. And of course, then we see all the news about all the innovations and really what the trends are going to be set for 2011. So you're looking forward to what? Like, what do you foresee as being the big trends for this coming week?
Well, it's interesting looking back on 2010 and what we had there, and it's just sort of predicting what's going to be next. So I know we saw a number of e-readers last year, and I think that's probably the evolution of e-ink is going to continue. I think books are going to continue to become yesterday's technology, and you know, the modern book reader, whether that's e-ink or whether that's like an iPad sort of thing, that's going to continue to move forward. 3D television is going to be big. I think we've talked about that in the past, seeing where that goes. Yeah. But I think more than that, I think it's going to be more apps on your television. So we started to see a bit of that last year with things like Netflix built right into the television. I think a bit more of that. We saw some of the companies like Sharp and Samsung building applications directly into the television. I think that's going to take a bigger percentage of what we're seeing this year. So
even though Google TV has been a bit of a flop so far, do you think that the television manufacturers will take a sort of a page out of the book of the smartphones and sort of add apps?
Yeah.
And do you think we'll be able to download them from a library and that sort of thing?
Yeah, just so you have your TV, but there's going to be more. So I mean, 3D is going to continue to be big. You're going to be able to do that. That's one thing for sure, but I think you're going to want more of your TV than just that. So the ability to download specific things, pull things from your other media libraries around the house, and the services that are out there like Flickr and YouTube and whatnot. I think those will all be bundled and more prominent on the TVs this year. That's my guess, anyways.
Yeah. I think also too, I mean, tablets is going to be enormous. You know, we saw the emergence of the iPad in 2010, a massive seller, a surprise seller, I think, in many ways.
Really revolutionized the category there.
Yeah, it really did. And then with Samsung coming out with a Galaxy Tab, you know, some say a pale comparison, but really, you know, the first Android tablet that hit mass market and that sort of thing. So I really think that we're going to see this coming week lots of tablets. We'll probably see a Windows 7 tablet from Microsoft. We'll probably see, you know, maybe even HP might announce a Palm-based tablet. I think we're going to see lots of tablets. This will be the year of the tablet.
And a lot more Android, I think. One of the companies that I know that used to be a big multimedia player like MP3 and video is actually, they're shifting everything they do into Android tablets. So it's going to be more about the computing experience, which will, you know, of course, contain the multimedia experience as well on there, but at the base of it, it'll be a tablet experience.
So a tablet world at CES this year. Very good. And you know, in terms of television too, I mean, I think we talked about 3D. I think we're going to see 4K, which is sort of the next generation of HD, start to emerge now. You know, this is 4 times HD, and I think we'll probably see. We saw some initial prototypes this last year. We're going to see more this year. You know, what's going to come next for television? They're not going to stop. You talked about apps on them. I think we're going to see all kinds of new innovations as well in terms of television and maybe portable data between devices from a tablet to a smartphone and onto a television as well.
So what do you think about the size? I know a few years back we were looking at how big they could get. So we have 103, 110-inch televisions.
Yeah, I think there'll be some price innovations in terms. I don't think the form factor is going to change drastically. I think we'll see some price innovations. We'll see the super thin ones come down in price. I think we'll see better, you know, communication, Wi-Fi, maybe even 3G connectivity. You never know. Into the televisions. I also think that you'll probably see a jump forward in terms of OLED or organic light emitting diode. We've seen, you know, Sony shipped one of the first ones a couple of years back They got themselves to 24-inch as a prototype last year. I think we might even see that ship this year. You never know.
So it could be full size then this year potentially.
Well, yeah, not quite. They're still having trouble with their lifetime blue pixel issue in terms of it's a little short relative to the other pixels. So, but I think we'll see a move forward in OLED. I'm hoping we will at least anyway. That's my wishful thinking. Maybe not an actual prediction that will come true, but. So televisions will continue to evolve. We're moving to an era right now of screens everywhere.
Yes.
And for screens everywhere, you're going to need low-cost screens. So I think at some point we'll be installing these things in our bathrooms and in our kitchens and 2 in our bedroom and that sort of thing. And so I think one of the big stories is going to be the price point against the big flat panels. So that's kind of the key thing. I don't know if anybody's going to do anything with 3D. Is it going to be a 4D TV? Maybe, maybe not.
I don't even know where you go with 4D. I can only see in 3 dimensions.
That's true.
Maybe we see through time.
Holographic television, perhaps. Who knows?
Possibly.
And then you're always a big fan of robots. Are you hoping for innovation in robots?
Definitely. I think we saw some good robots last year, and I think we've already got a few nibbles from the PR folks about what is going to be out there in robotics this year. So we'll see what's new out there. As
always, some great toys. Our folks with the interactive toy concepts. We'll see those guys with their flying birds and flying bees and God knows what else.
And I'm looking forward to some green technology as well. I think that's always getting bigger in the public consciousness all the time. So what's new in power saving, whether it's on your television or whether it's just something to save power around the house, whatnot. I think there's a few things we've seen, and I'm looking forward to seeing even more of that this year.
And then maybe the big story this year, Android. Android and smartphones. I mean, we've seen Android overtake the iPhone in terms of its volume. Lots of devices, lots of form factors. I think you'll see Android on a tablet. The Android world is just going to explode, and that might be the big story as well at CES this year.
Yes.
So it's going to be a great week. I'm looking forward to it. I've got my my walking shoes ready to walk the floor. I know you're ready to go, and I
am ready to go.
We have 3 crews going down with 2 editors. We're really going to hit the show and push out an enormous amount of content. 4 Lab Rats episodes. You can see lots of on decks from Matt as sort of behind the scenes type stuff, and of course tons of our show at. We're aiming to get more than 100 pieces done this year. Again, trying to push them all out this coming week, starting Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend as well. So come back to butterscotch.com. The URL you want to go to if you want to go directly to our CES content. I mean, the homepage will be full of it, but butterscotch.com/CES2011 is the URL.
What's that URL?
It's butterscotch.com/CES2011. So make sure you check that out. That's right here. All right, good. Well, I think we're gonna have a great show. I know. I'm planning to. I hope you do too.
Always.
And always a little bit of fun along the way.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, thanks so much for tuning in this week. It's a short show because we got to get going on our CES coverage. So come on back tomorrow and the next day and all week, and you'll see us in Las Vegas doing the thing that we do the best. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
And we'll see you in Vegas.
Are you ready?